Hello everyone, Mike1217 here, welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Last time we defeated Morpha to finish off the Water Temple. And I want to explain the strategy for that boss like one more time really quick, because I was trying to explain it after I beat it, but then I got interrupted by a Windows update, which I thought was going to ruin my whole recording, so that kind of cut me off on that. So I'm going to really quickly explain my strategy for that boss if you... I don't know, just in case you're wondering, or if you even care. And I'm also going to switch it back to the morning, because you need it to be sunrise for something here. Yeah, just once you get to the phase where the two amiibos are coming out to grab you, just keep your distance and lock off. Like that fight is very tempting to remain locked on to the nucleus the whole time, which can get you in trouble at times when you're trying to grab it from the amiibos, from the membranes coming out to grab you. And when there's two of them, it's very easy to get grabbed when you're continuously locked onto the membrane. So, or to the nucleus. Sorry, I'm getting my molecular biology messed up here again. So yeah, just keep your distance, and what was the other thing? That's pretty much it. Just keep your distance whenever you have the two membranes out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And don't get too aggressive with the hook shot either in that phase. Okay, so I don't remember what hints you to this. I think Sheik actually says it in the last cutscene. I just probably wasn't paying attention. But yeah, if you shoot the sun when it's rising right there, you can get the fire arrows. You have to beat the Water Temple in order to get these. I don't know if you can actually activate the fire arrows before you do the Water Temple, like by shooting the sun. But I just know you can't get over here without the water being raised, because remember, before you beat the temple, the water isn't really in the lake, it's all really down low, and now the water's back to its normal height, and we can swim, you know, cross over to here. Navi's going green over there though, so I wonder if you can use Scarecrow's song. I don't know, but as far as I know, there's no way to get the fire arrows before the Water Temple, at least no legit way. I'm sure there's some kind of crazy Ocarina of Time glitching thing you can do. I wouldn't... Like, really, with this game, you can't rule out anything as far as, like, sequence breaking. Just the crazy things you can do in this game is unreal. I thought Kapora Gabora was going to be on this tombstone here. Like, in the adult, time, I guess, you don't really see the owl at all, but you do see him here in Lake Hylia. And I thought he was supposed to appear right here on this grave. Speaking of, I'm gonna go in here. I don't know what's in here, I'm just gonna check it out. Looks like it's just business scrubs, so don't care. It's gonna go back out. I don't even know what I want to do now. I wasn't really planning on going much further past beating the boss. I guess just continue with the main game. This game just doesn't have a lot of side questing for me to do. Now that we've beaten the Water Temple, that kind of rules out any possibility, or just like any need to go to do fishing. So, because the only reason why I would do the fishing and get that gold scale is, well, just to have more convenience in the Water Temple and maybe not have to use the iron boots as much, but I didn't really... Like, I was too lazy to do that, so I decided to skip it, and that didn't really cause too many problems. Yeah, I didn't see too many places in the Water Temple where you would really need the gold scale, and where it would really help you. And again, I'm not even sure if you can get the gold scale before the Water Temple. I'm sure you can, but I just don't care. And whatever, that whole part of the game is behind us, so I'm gonna stop talking about it. Haven't really used Epona that much, really. So this is our chance to really check her out. We're gonna see what happens at night here in Hyrule Field in just a bit. Might as well show it off. Basically, really not much happens at night. You don't get the stall childs like you did as a kid. At night, you get Poes popping out, and you can kill them, and you can catch them in bottles, and you can take him to this guy for money. So really, like in this game, the pose work a lot how they do in Twilight Princess? Hold on. What am I getting at here? Because like in Twilight Princess, you fight those poles and you get the souls from them. And then you take him to this guy to break a curse, but I don't know what you get from that. I don't think he pays you money, does he? I don't remember what breaking that curse does. I've never done that in Twilight Princess, so I can't remember off the top of my head. Whatever. I don't care. Just a trivial part that I'm just babbling on about. Point is, you can kill Poes, catch their souls in bottles, and then take them to a certain character and get money. That's really it. Speaking of money, I can definitely expand my wallet here, but this probably isn't a good time to do that. The village is burning down, isn't it? Yeah. Have learned the Nocturnal Shadow, which will allow us to warp to the graveyard. And essentially it'll take us straight to the Shadow Temple. This warp, like, it takes us to a place that we can't get to without the warp. So that's that. Yeah, this game isn't really wasting a lot of time moving on to the next area. I mean, after the Water Temple, I would have liked to do some side questing just to kill time and, you know, do something other than like the main story. But after the Water Temple, there's really not much to do off to the side that I can do other than heart pieces. So And the thing is, a lot of the side questing stems from Kakariko Village, which you have to go into to trigger the next part of the story anyway, as you saw. So, I still want to check out. I still want to check out the spider house and get my wallet upgrade. I'm sure I can still do this, even with the town in turmoil. Let's see. I think I talked to him already. Maybe this is the guy I don't want to talk to. Yeah, we have at least... Okay, there we go. The Giant's Wallet. This is the biggest wallet upgrade you can get in the game, up to 500 rupees. And this is really it as far as the Spider House goes. We're not going to be coming back here anymore. The rest of the rewards are pretty much inconsequential. At 50 Skulltulas... I'm going to show how many I have, just because. At 50 Skulltulas, you get... Where the hell are my Skulltulas? Oh, right there. 36 is what we have. At 50, you can get a heart piece. And then I don't think there are any more prizes until 100, which is the worst prize ever. You get like 200 rupees. Really stupid. Worst prize ever. Yeah. So, anyway, we can technically go straight to the Shadow Temple now, but there's something that we're almost required to do, and that is another mini dungeon. And it's actually right down here. But the problem is, we can't go down here as an adult. We can drop down if we wanted to, but we wouldn't really get anywhere. There is an entrance down there, but it's blocked off as an adult. So guess what we have to do? For the first time in this playthrough, we're gonna have to go back and turn into a kid. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. Can I please play my Ocarina right? There we go. So yeah, this is a very interesting twist that they're putting on the game. Requiring you to be a kid to do a somewhat required mini dungeon. This mini dungeon that we're about to do is going to give us an item that is it's not technically required to do the Shadow Temple, but it makes it a hell of a lot easier. And I'm gonna go ahead and get it. And the thing is, I mean, again, with the 3-card playthrough, I want to make sure I do all of the required, like, dungeon stuff. Or, well, obviously you have to do the required dungeon stuff. It's required, but the optional dungeon stuff, there are 2 optional dungeons in this game. And the one we're about to do is one of them. Like, it's technically optional, but it's... I guess the best way to describe it is that it's highly recommended. Because of the item that you get in it. It's pretty much essential for the Shadow Temple, especially for the boss. So yeah, here we go, we're a kid again. And we can actually just use the Nocturnal Shadow to warp back to Kakariko, but I forgot the song. No, I didn't. Just kidding. I don't know, this song is the one I always have trouble remembering for some reason. So, now we're going to see for the first time where this warp takes us. Like I said, it's to a place you can't get to otherwise, unless you cheat. I've seen people, like, do, like, bomb jumping, and, like you set a bomb down, do a backflip, and it allows you to kind of get better height, or something like that. And they walk around the side of the graveyard, and they can go over here and do the Shadow Temple as early as you can, like... So that's pretty cool. You can actually enter the Shadow Temple as a kid, but you can't get anywhere in it because you need the hookshot to advance. So, it's just a nice bit of trivia. Not really trivia, but just kind of neat that Child Link can enter an adult dungeon. And actually, Child Link is required for an adult dungeon later. We'll get to that when we get to that. And actually, yeah, the next 2 dungeons, the Shadow Temple and the Spirit Temple, that's the other adult dungeon that's remaining, they are interchangeable. We can do the Spirit Temple before the Shadow Temple, and a lot of people do the Spirit Temple before the Shadow Temple. It's very easy to do it before, like, to interchange the 2 temples. But Game Order has the Shadow Temple first, and I personally think it's more quote-unquote epic. I hate the word epic now. I think it's really overused. But it's neater to do the Shadow Temple at the end. It seems more like a fitting last dungeon. Or no, now I'm just mixing words up. The Spirit Temple is more of a fitting last dungeon, not the Shadow Temple. Actually, the Shadow Temple is pretty fitting too. I don't know. I guess it's subjective, but I feel that way because of the boss of the Spirit Temple. It just makes it feel more like you're getting towards the end, I guess. Okay, so here, what we have to do, there's water right now in the well. So, in order to drain the water, we have to play the Song of Storm, which is really... Hold on. Oops. Hopefully I didn't do something wrong. Maybe, dude... Dare I say, do you have to be an adult to do this? I doubt it. Maybe you have to play the song for this guy. Yeah, you have to play the song for this guy, because you learn the Song of Storms for this guy as an adult. That's it. Yeah, you have to play it for him. So let's try that again. Do it right, preferably. So the only thing in the game where the Song of Storms is really required for, there's a couple places where you can create fairy fountains with it. I know, in fact, I might just show one in the desert, which we haven't been to yet. That's where the Spirit Temple is. I'll show one that I know of in the desert much later, if I remember to. I might just forget, who knows. But yeah, this makes no sense at all. If someone can come up with a scientific explanation for how rain makes something drain, see the rhyme there? Yeah, I'm a poet. I didn't even know it. Shut up. God. You know, I should just end the episode now, because just end it on a low note, because we are about to enter a mini dungeon anyway. So, with the water drained, we can now go down here to the bottom of the well for a mini dungeon and do it as a kid, which would be pretty neat. So we will be starting that up next time on Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Michael217, and I will see you on the flip side. Peace out, everyone.